on. So for all you screeners, this is another live. That's why the video takes so long. I have to go and do other things between showing you what I've got to show you. Purchase a new set of rings. These are some oil rings, right? And then you have a second piston ring, and then we have a top piston ring that we have to install. Now, why I'm doing this, in the previous video, we have taken this engine apart and try to clean up around the piston rings and stuff like that, stretch them out, put them back in to make sure it's to stop a smoky oil, I should say an oil smoky tailpipe, right? When you're driving, the tailpipe is blowing a lot of blue smoke. That's because of the ring. Anyway, there's other videos to explain it. So I had to purchase another set of pistons. If you want to see the part number, right? That's the part number. See, if you want to order it, so you know these are standard, they're not oversized, right? And the piston, if you want to order the pistons, you order those too. See, that's the, if you want to go online and try to look for them. In Japan, Japan makes some good parts. So the goal here now is to get all these pistons out of here and put this piston on to the connecting rod. We also got new wrist pin. This connects, the connecting rod goes in here, but I believe that connecting rod is going to have to get pressed onto here because there's no clips on the end. So let's take it out and see what we got. So that's what we're doing right now. I'm going to place this here for you guys who can come around and see, you know, when you see this new stuff, you're going to have the idea of what's going on. Now I got to go under there and take the connecting rods out, unbolt them from the crankshaft. So the first piston we want to take out of here is this first one. So I got that connecting rod clamped out. This is the cap and two bolts. So this is just as I figured. You have to go to the press and press this out to fit the new pistons in. So there's another video showing you how I remove these pistons and clean them up. But what I really want to compare is the new pistons and we can see it's the same thing. This is an aftermarket. This one here is Toyota. See, it says Toyota right there. Anyway, this has nothing on it. Right? This is they are the makers of this. So I'm questioning myself. Maybe the rings don't have enough pressure against the wall because the wall is perfect for scooping the oil. That's why I'm going to use new rings. So to get this rings on to that piston, I have to go to the machine shop. So I have to take all of these out and we're going to go to the machine shop. So what we're going to do is we're going to close off this live because I thought we were going to be able to like take a C-clip out from here and out of here and just slide the pin out. That's when you have what's called a free floating wrist pin, connecting rod, piston pin, and that is something for high performance application when both of the surface are slipping on the pin. And in order to do that, the ends have to be secure with a C-clip, which means, you see how this was rolling that way? It'll do the same thing on the rod. So, that'll be the end of this, because there's nothing else to really discuss here. I really wanted to show you swapping over the piston onto the rod if it had the C-clip, but it doesn't have the C-clip, so we can't swap it over. Some people like to take a hammer and a punch and put it in here and just slam that out of there. Doing so, this is aluminum, you could break it, you could, do all kind of stupidness to it. It's best to take it to the machine shop and get it done on a press. Do it professionally. There are certain limits to the work that you're going to do on your own, but at some point you're going to have to get to the machine shop to really make your work professional. Thank you for watching the video. See you again. Sorry, but it's a good thing I started the video, so if we could have proceeded by doing what we just said, we would have been in the game. But no movies today, screeners, next time. So the reason we're changing the piston, like I said, is because this engine is blow-by, which means the combustion in the chamber is passing the rings, getting down into the crankcase, and then that comes up into the valve cover and it starts. It's madness. You're going to see it on engine as you get into the trade. And another thing is the tailpipe is burning blue smoke. Blue smoke is a sign of oil burning. If it was a white smoke and it had a sweet smell to it or a taste, that would be antifreeze, the coolant. So right now we're trying to fix a smoky engine, an oil smoky engine. That's why we're changing the piston and the rings. I told this guy not to bite. Right, let's use the rings. So I'm the technician here. I'm the mechanic here. So I'm saying to myself, I might as well just put the rings on these pistons and put them back in there. Understand? On his way with these new pistons because to take it, it's unnecessary. There's no need to change pistons. It's just the rings. Understand? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna swap out the rings and install the pistons. So let's keep the show going. What I'm gonna do is first I'm gonna take the rings off this one. So when you're taking this ring off, it has a tool for it, right? But you could snake it, like that, and get it off nice. You didn't change you know, the torsion or the size of the ring when you took it off. Some people that will happen to them, and when they put it on, the same thing will happen. So let's try the second ring. You see, we don't really need the tool. That's how you get it out. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna take these rings out and put that new one in, put it back in the engine. Oop, there goes the dog, friend. The flies. Oh, I'm close to the microphone today. So this is the top of the oil ring. And now we have a bottom one. So this oil ring is a control ring, like I said, for the oil. And this is the ring that really moves the oil around. Just have to find the end of it. When the piston is moving up and down. You gotta look. You can't really look for this end, you know. You have something you gotta like try and find it. So I can see the problem here too. There's some, actually no, I can't see that. All right, let me come back with a pick. This is like one of, I've had it now for like 20 years. See, this ring doesn't really have a gap. And I know this because you always want to look at the new part when addressing the old parts. It has a wire that keeps the gap together. So remove that. Now when we take a look in there, this is pretty good. We just have to go and clean it up a little. And what you could do for here is you could just take one of these old rings and go in there. Shouldn't be doing it over the engine, of course. And you clean it out, scrape all our carbon out of there. I have to go and do that with this one. So I have to break the ring. And shall return. there's four of them on this side and four of them on that side, and all of them are blocked. So which means when the piston is moving up and down in there, and oil is getting splashed up in there by force, it can't seep out of the hole to come out here to feed the oil. So that's less oil control, and it's going to damage the rings. When the ring's damaged, you're going to get blow by. So that's why I take this ring, and you got to get in there and make sure you get all that carbon that's caked on onto there. Now you got to get a needle and get in there and clean those holes out of there. Okay, so what I have here is just a piece of binding. Get too expensive in the tools, you have to use your brains, find things to substitute those expensive tools. And I just push it in there. You see the wire comes through on the back. Right? Try this one here. This boy is hard as a rock. See? Doesn't want to go through that one. Let's try this other one here. Okay, I went through that one easy, right? So this is proven to me that this is a problem. Understand? So I really don't need that new piston, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to just screw this in here, and it's going to just keep breaking at that carbon. You see it going through. Move it in and out, just break it up nice, and this I have to do to all of them, right? So I'm going to try to show you everything on this first and second one, because I don't think I have enough internet bandwidth. I don't know what you call it, to stream this show, to do all of the pistons. So this guy here is, it's really, see? This is the only way. You can take a drill if you want. Make sure you get the size like this. You gotta have some good precision when you're sending that drill in there. But that will probably be the best way to do it. You see, you don't need to replace the piston, because if you had to replace the piston, it will slap, and that will be a reason to replace it, or maybe the pin on the inside is damaged. But that's not the case. The case here is the oil holes, oil control rings are blocked, seriously blocked, like gingivitis, cavity type stuff. You see there? All right, anyway, I'm gonna pass the drill through that one. That's it. Oh man, that one's the same thing. This one is the same thing. Wow. I'm gonna tell you something about the guy who owned this car, okay? Because the person who I'm fixing this car for just purchased it. It's a Negro fellow who purchased it from an Indian fellow, and the Indian fellow had this car for about 3 years, I think 4 or 5 years almost. He bought it used. When he got it, it was in nice condition. I think he paid about, anyway, let's not get into that. This guy will take the used engine from other cars and fill it into his car, so he don't have to add new oil. He don't want to buy new oil. These are the people who are enemies, the enemies of oil. They don't like oil, understand? I guess they put a lot of oil between the crack of their ass, so that's why they don't like too much of it. So what he does is he put used oil. He goes to the gas station, get a friend there, and his friend will give him like a gallon of used oil, and he will use that to top up his engine. And I should be saying that's not really a word. Is really like a god, one of these Babylonian god. That's why sometimes when you hear people talk, they use the word um, uh, duh a lot. Well, they're really calling for their God and what they're trying to tell you because it's like they're afraid to talk. I'm stuttering. I'm such a fucking retard. Anyway, so I don't use them the that's like when you get a brain freeze talking something. So anyway, oh, I get off topic so many times. So the oil that he's putting in here, the used oil, is what's contributing to damaging his engine. And this Indian don't know too much. They're fucking very stupid people, partner. I know a lot of them are doctors and lawyers and stuff like that, but they are fucking dumb, my man. Try to see them doing this. They're on YouTube with flip flops. They got millions of views. You guys must be watching them too, huh? Because sometimes I'm in flip flops too doing this kind of shit. But anyway, so that oil is what contributing to wearing out the rings and clogging in here and stuff like that. And the inside was extremely dirty, extremely dirty. The car is dirty itself because like they don't drive the car on public road, asphalt road. They drive on these sand road. You know, the cops are not in those roads, so that's why they're there. This is the time they're trafficking the girls and the drugs. They think a lot of people don't know what they're doing. These stupid fucking guys. But anyway, I don't discriminate with the car. You understand? Because this is what keep humanity going, my friend. All them stupid motherfuckers, guess what? They're gonna fuck themselves and make a smart one like me. And a jackass like me is gonna carry all of them. You see what I'm doing? Yeah, you gotta know what role you're playing this role in this life, partner. All of you think you're special and you're God sent. You keep thinking that when cancer and diabetes, AIDS and HIV hit you, must go and ask what happened? I thought I was just your only son. You know, so I can't be cleaning here, man. Dirt be falling back in the engine. I'm working like an Indian. But anyway, this ring, you don't need any special tool, right? You saw how I took it off. And let's close up shop. I'm pretty sure this is going to be the condition with all those over there. So what I'm going to do is I'm this in the purple blaster jug. I'm going to try. If not, I'm going to have to get the drill and just in there. Thank you for watching the video. See you again.